I'm going to get these cucumbers done very quickly and then get them in the propagator as well, and I've got some more to go in 2 weeks time, basically the beginning of May. So just for germination reasons, and like you say, I want to get good sowing going, I've actually going to start these off in pint pots. So not pint pots, 1 litre pots should I say. So I've just got them on the top here. All I'm going to do is me fingernail depth, just push them in at the top. Let's see, there's a fair few there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cover them over the top. Make sure they are all marked, because I've got some heavies in here and I've got some long chilies. As you can see here, I've got some from Andy Dawson, long cucumber. This one came third. Was it this one that came third? Just double check there. Yeah, so this one came third at Harrogate back in 2020. 2019, sorry, didn't have a show last year. I've got one from Mark Baggs as well that I won, and they were kind enough to send out, so thank you very much. I've got a heavy cucumber here. There's 3 seeds. It was 25.4. I don't know whether that's kilo, pounds, or what. I think it was, I don't know which one it is anyways, but this is the heavy one, so I've got a few seeds in there. And this is off Graham Barrett as well, so this is the long cucumber, which I did rather well with. I think it was at Harrogate, so this was 36 inches long. So that's all lemon. I'm going to move these over from here. I'm going to pop them into the Vitapod between the loofahs and the sunflowers, and that's them in the Vitapod, tucked in nicely. These are all filling up. The heavy cucumbers and stuff are at the back there. Andy, unfortunately none of yours long cucumbers germinated, so it's a shame with that. I don't know the reason as to why. They're in the same conditions these ones are in, but yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, got the Baggs heavy cucumbers that they're going to need potting into single pots. Same with the Barrett's long cucumber as well. Nothing yet on the runner beans from the. So I'm going to get these chilies, the cucumbers potted up, and the giant tomato potted up, and everything else that I said earlier on I needed to get potted up. I'm going to get that done. I've just potted them 2 giant tomatoes up. I'm busy potting up these Baggs heavy cucumber. Look at the whites. Look at the roots on them. Fantastic. I'm separating them off at the minute, very gently, not to damage or disturb anything else. But look at that. Look at the root systems on them. Fantastic. Right, that's just a couple of the the heavy cucumbers and the long cucumbers potted up, and I've got a couple of the giant toms. Right, let's get everything else. I've got me Baggs heavy cucumber here, another one here, and these all 3 Baggs heavy cucumbers. These are Barrett's long cucumber. Me 2 heavy tomato. First things first, cutter. Then I'm going to bring the plants in one by one and get them all potted up. First things first, the heavy cucumbers are going to be potted up into 3 litre pots, because from 3 litres they'll be going out into the ground in a few weeks time. I could actually pot them up now, but I'd rather pot them up one more time and then stick them in the ground. They're growing really fantastic. Leaves are a fantastic colour. The root systems, like I showed you yesterday, are fantastic as well. So they're going to be going from in here into 3 litre pots, because they're in 1 litre at the moment, then from 3 litre into the ground. I could go up to 5, but digging the hole for a 5 litre, there's no point when it's going out in a couple of weeks time anyways. So let's get these ones done. Like I mentioned yesterday, the root systems, absolutely fantastic. Look at that, beautiful and white, lovely and clean, just like the rest of the plants. And that's got a lot to do with the spraying and the sunshine and the feeds that I've been giving them as well. I've been feeding them with some Mills, with the starter kit that I got from Mills, and some moonshine as well. So I've been giving foliar feed and also feeding for the roots. Right, into the 3 litre pots to go. And once again, what I'm doing is I'm using one of the old pots that I had it in as a template, filling around it, lifting it up, and then all I can do is just put that from there straight into there. It fits seamlessly. Just get the pot shake, covers the roots up at the top. Maybe need to put a bit more on. That's a job's good. And put the label on because I don't want to lose what it is. Fantastic. I like these pots as well, because if you're growing anything in a small confined space like a little greenhouse, the pots go right next to each other as opposed to the round pots. Whereas this space there where you could have gotten more compost in, and obviously more compost saves potting on and things like that as well, like these square pots. I like using the square pots rather than the round ones. But yeah, I'm going to get cracked and get the rest of these put in now as well. I'm going to get a cane to stick that up as well with these bean cucumbers. I've got to show you again. Look at I mean, look at the roots. I love how clean these roots are. Absolutely fantastic. They're actually pot bound these, but this is just how easy it is to pot them up once you've got them all prepared. Holes in. Done. On to the next one. Okay, I brought the cucumbers in here. I've had a bit of an accident on transporting one, and the main runner on one of them snapped off, but I'm not going to be too worried about it. There's a secondary one I'll probably come up as well. But show you this as well. This fencing, this is only a little bit of what I got. I got this for free. Friend was throwing it out, but another person's rubbish is another person's treasure. So what I've been able to do with this is I've got a basically using it like a support, a mesh support across the top of here. So just run it across this side, so when the cucumbers, because they will get taller than this section here, they will climb up there, then just climb over here, then just hang down. And the plan is that the fruit will hang down here and I can just support it and attach it to these, or even if need be, leave it on top of there. But we'll see what becomes anyways. But all I've done with this is I've drilled a few pilot holes through these bits of wood here, some cable ties. That's all I've used to attach the cable ties. And on here, I'm getting some hooks, and I've just put the hooks on there so that can't fall out of there. I've cleaned some 10-litre buckets, and I've cut the holes out, and I've got them all set there. So basically I'm ready to plant out, which I'm going to actually plant these out now. So I'm going to do these all now. They're all done. I'm going to get them planted out, put the bamboo back in, and jobs are good. And I've got all the long and heavy cucumbers in. I know what's what this year, so I know what I'm doing with them. The two end ones are long cucumbers. These three are heavy. And I've got them raised up, and I've got the soaker hose across the bottom, so the main bed will get watered, the top will get fed. Now if the cucumbers, any cucumbers sit in water for too long, you can develop stem rot. So where possible, don't water at the base of the cucumbers. So there's a handy little tip for you as well. So we've got all of them in. As you can see, look at these cucumbers. I mean, sorry, the giant lilies are out in the way here. I kind of push them out of the way. But these giant cucumbers are doing really well. I've had to just make some supports there with the blue pipe from the other polytunnel. I've just cut small, thin, half-inch thin sections just to use this as a ring support, because these were all toppled over. So these were over the top. So I've sorted them out. I've got them pointed up over. I've taken the side shoots off, so they're done as well. I need to give them a good watering, but yeah, they're doing really well now. I need to tie these cucumbers up, which I will do with some Velcro tape. The Velcro stuff I've got up here, because I'm starting to need it basically. They're flying up these canes now, which is great. I've actually got a cucumber on there. It's a bit too early for me, but this one's making headway. So as the other ones as well. The lily. I need to get some more of the Velcro tape, because that's coming really handy for the cucumbers. I'm pleased that these two are coming back. I didn't have to take the secondary from the bottom, but so I've just snipped it all off. These are all now sorted. I'm going to be setting cucumbers from next week, so I don't want that one, so I'm going to cut that one off. I'm just going to snip it off anyways. And the plan was to have them up here and have the fruit set at the top, so I'm probably going to get away with doing that on this one and the end two, because they're already up there and reaching up. These two possibly not. I might have to set one a little bit further down, but we'll see. I've taken all the side vines off except from you always miss one, don't you? So you take these side vines off. There's one there. Just get rid of that one, get rid of that one. I don't want any cucumbers growing on the side vines. The reason I do this is because these are for the show, and I want cucumbers at the specific time, and I want them on the main one. So there's another one there. Just cut that. Sorry if you can't really see much there. I'll try to be quick. So I've got this one. It's about chest height, It's about 4 foot tall. The other ones, I've got a lot, they're long and heavy. I can't remember which ones are for what. But as you can see, I've missed another one here. So there's another one. I'm going to snap that one off because I don't want it yet. So to start anyways, at least I know that they're getting pollinated, which is a good sign. So this one here I've sorted so it goes over the top, and we're already over the top there, which is fantastic. I'll get the little tendril. I'll just help it along its way there. Now, normal cucumbers, you can just leave them. You leave them, not a problem. But let's say these are for show. I want to keep them. So there's another one. I might just leave that one. We'll see what happens with it anyways. No harm in having an earlier one. So, yeah, that's up there and sorted. So when it comes to the growing for show, it's now time to start thinking about setting fruit for the shows and how long things will take. Now, every plant is different. Every plant has got its own life cycle, how long it takes to get to maturity. So what I'm aiming for is I'm aiming for the biggest, so that it doesn't go past the point of no return, but it's still, it's a fine balancing act, which I'm sure you'll agree. So I've chosen 8 to 9 weeks for these cucumbers. So any cucumbers that I see setting on here now, I will be leaving them, and I'll show you just a couple of the contenders now. So I've just double checked and I was right in what I thought. These are heavy. These 3 are heavy, and the bottom 2 are for long. We'll see what happens when it comes through anyways. But I've got the first cucumber is set on the back here, halfway up. So there's one. Now I will only be focusing on the potential, just a couple. Same with the tomatoes, it's 1 per plant. There's nothing else on up here yet at the moment on this one. On this one, I am yet to see any fruits. Oh, in fact, tell a lie, there's one there, and it's getting pollinated already, which is great. So there we go. You can pollinate these yourself, or you can just let the bugs do what they do best, which in this instance is what I'm doing, because I've not had a problem with setting fruit, to be honest, on cucumbers. And for the third one here, this is the one that just snapped, which was a shame. So there's nothing yet on this one for the heavy. Now on this one, for the long cucumber, that we'll have a look. Is there any set on here yet? No, there is not any set on here yet, but I'm expecting a few to come on up here. So we'll just have to see what happens with them. But on here, there is one on here which was missed. There it's there, so there's one there. And I'm expecting another one up the top here, which there it is there. I need to pull this down, so just bear with 2 ticks. So there we go. I've got one set here, so it's going to fall down here so that I can have it hanging off here. And the reason why, like I say, the reason why I wanted them set up here is because if I do set them on the vine itself, on the upper vine, which I've done on the other ones, which will happen on this one and happen on that one, what it'll do is, because it gets heavier and heavier, it'll start pulling the plant down. That's the reason why, of course, I want to get them up the top here, so that if I have them setting down here, like this one's going to, over here, like this one, what it'll do is, it'll not take the whole plant down with it. This will be support. And obviously when I get it supported with whatever else for its little hammock, that should be fine. I can just attach it to the top of here, and there should be enough strength on there. So yeah, cucumbers are doing fine. Oh, hello little bee. There you go, you see, let nature do its thing. Oh, we've got the tomatoes and we've got the giant cucumbers. I've brought Elizabeth down here because she loves her cucumbers, don't you, Elizabeth?
My favourite vegetable.
The vegetable. So let's put them against you and we'll see the size of these cucumbers, because I've measured them and you're never going to believe the size of them.
Mind blowing.
So there we go, we've got them all hanging up there. I've had to put the swings on, the supports, because we're bringing the plant down because they're getting that heavy. Now some of these are for long, some of these are for heavy. The ones that I've measured, the ones at the back here, especially this one here, that one's there. I'm going to have to stand on this side because I can't get in. I can't bend down from my back. That one there is the longest at 29 inches. This one is the second longest at 28, but it's still growing, and then they're getting smaller as they go down here. So
do they get heavier? But is that the heaviest one they get?
These 3 are for heavy, these 2 are for long. So I want these to be a bit longer than that, but it is what it is. So if I don't put them in for long, I'll put the biggest one in for the heavy, heavy one. But I'll still put one in for long if I've got one. If you've got it, darling, put it in. You never know what you're going. Never know what you're going to get. I know there's people out there with 31-inch cucumbers, but just for size comparison, there's Elizabeth, and there's a cucumber. Do you want to go get the other two? Because the other two are bigger than that. So
Wait, what?
Yeah, the ones up behind you are bigger. Don't swing on it, darling, because it's attached to the side. Let me just get down. Get ducked under. Oh, God.
This one's very
Oh, that's a big one, isn't it? So look. Tell you what, let's just get you stood on the side there, and we'll wait a minute. I'll do it in a second. There you go. That's a cucumber. That's a big one, isn't it, Elizabeth? Yeah. It's massive, that. Remember, don't pull on it, because I don't want it to be falling down, do it? So you can just like pretend like hold it sort of thing, because it is heavy. So they're absolutely huge, absolutely huge. This one is the oldest one that we've got,
the leader of the pack.
because it's starting to yellow now. And bear in mind, the show's a good few more weeks away. That is some weight. Now I know that's going to be bigger, but for me, personal bests are the thing for myself, and this one here is going to be my personal best. I do believe that this one behind me, the one that Elizabeth's had a hold of, this is going to be even bigger. So, because it should grow out to the rest of the tip as well. So this bit here, for how thick it is, should get all the way around to the bottom. That's the plan anyways. Tuesday morning, I'm down at the plot for a good few hours. Back permitting, I'm still going to get some stuff sorted out. I've got a couple of beds to plan. I've made a little plan. I'm going to get them done, and then I'm going to relax for the rest of the day. I do have big plans for the weekend. As I mentioned a couple of weeks back, we do have visitors and guests coming up from South Pole way, and I've organised a day down at, but I say down, they say up, day at Beamish to show them around, and then we're going to come to the plots and have a little tour and stuff like that as well. So I'm quite looking forward to that. But at the plot first, I've got some feeding to do, because I need to get these things fed twice a week. But I've came in and I've spotted some not so good news. So this is the first cucumber. That's, like I say, it's starting to yellow now, so it's near the end of its growing. It's past the growing phase now. The plant is still doing really well across the top. I need to turn that around and tell it to come back. But the biggest one, which I had my hopes up for, this one here, it's still attached, it's still going, but bad news. The main stem detached from here. I think it was because this must have been pulling down, and all of this here is now no good. It's all, so I need to clear all of that off from the main runner, which is all that there. And I have noticed that this one has actually started to yellow as well. Started yellowing. So I'm going to make sure that this is all fine for keep it supported up over. And then I'm going to get the feeding. So yeah, let's best get cracked on.
Stonking cucumbers.
I told you they were big. I did tell you they were big.
Like a ball in a baby.
Yeah. And that's not even the biggest one either. That's the one, that's the biggest one.
Oh, come here. It's got some girth on that one.
Nobody's ever said that to us before, thanks.
It's heavy.
Nobody's ever said that either.
It's a big one.
Well, I'm going to ask you to do me the honours,
Oh, you want me to?
because I want you to take this one off, because it's ripe and ready to go. So if you just snip it from the edge at the bottom, at the top right.
There we go.
And then you just put them down the side, just put them down the floor. And we'll take that out.
I hope I don't drop him.
Me too. But there you go.
This is a good one, this.
Cucumber.
That's not bad, that, is it? That's not bad for a cucumber. Oh, I like that.
And that's not even the biggest one, because the biggest one you're standing next to it.
Ta-da!
I'm over the moon with these. It's the first time I've ever grown them, and I am very pleased with them for heavy. They're not going to be as big as the biggest ones at the show, but I'm not going to embarrass myself.
Yeah.
So I'm pleased I'm going to have at least something to take to the show.
These are nice.
But
Very well done,
I'm gonna have to take that off you before you try and steal it.
I thought this was mine.
As if I don't give you enough. So there we go. There's the first my proper attempt at a giant cucumber, and I'm pleased to say that it's my own. I could have left it on, but we're guests here and I want to show it off basically, because why not? I've got to take this to work as well because I've got an interview coming up as well with work, and it's all about mental health. They're going to do an interview about how gardeners helped me, and this just puts a smile on my face, just like it did with Monty's. So you can see it does brighten up people's days, and it brightens up my day as well. A lot of love's gone into this, and like we mentioned before there, you don't need an absolute massive space. And one of the benefits of this as well is I've actually got another one already on its way. So we'll see what happens with that over the next 2 months. It's going to be too late for shows, but hey, you never know what's going to happen with it. But as of me from today, that's me all sorted. Thank you very much, Monty, for coming down as well today.
Thanks for having us.
And if this is the end of the video for the week, thank you very much for watching. Thanks for liking and subscribing. And I'm absolutely over the moon with this. Right, let's have a look at these cucumbers. Now I've been looking for a tape measure, but it looks like I've left them all at home. Starting from the first one here. Now, if I remember correctly, this is the long cucumber, but it's not really long, to be honest. It's still a nice big cucumber. We've got this one here, which is, like I say, it's not as long as the first one I pulled off, pardon the expression, but it is really girthy at the top here. So it's another good one for weight. So what I might do is I might take one of these off and I might take it down to the show tomorrow. I've got this one which I might take down for long. I think it's about 30 inches from top to bottom, 29-30. I'll take it and see what happens with it. I might take this one to Harrogate. But the big one for heavy is that one there. Now, if you remember a couple of weeks ago I said that I had a couple here which I was going to let go and see what happened with them. I'll show you the other one. It's at the back, hiding behind there in just a second. But there's the big one. This is the one that I want for heavy. Like I say, I don't have the tape measure to see the length. I'm estimating this to be about 31 inches from there to there, and just the girth up here. It's absolutely, it's huge. I measured this the last time. It was about 16 inches. That is I can't say it's doubled in size, but that is really, really big. I'll probably estimate that to be 18, 19 inches round. Yeah, I would say 17, 18 inches, sorry. But I'll have to bring the tape measure down next time and we'll get it measured. But I'm not even touching this because I want to leave it as long as possible for Harrogate. But you can see where the weight is from there to there. It's a shame it's not a bit longer, but hey, I'm over the moon with it. It's a personal best for me, even if it does fall off. It's a personal best and it isn't going to go anywhere. Now, moving on to the one that I set away is for a secondary attempt. This is the one that was just hanging, very small. It's doing quite well, to be honest. It is doing really well. Now, this does have a couple of weeks left, so depending on the length, I never know. I might take this one for a long cucumber. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But it's, if anything, I've got them for seed as well, which will be very handy for next year as well. This is the second cucumber off this plant. It's still not quite finished growing yet, but I need it for today. This is the second longest, I believe, cucumber that I've got here. Is them two at the bottom weren't long enough, and this one's going in for heavy, just for the sheer girth of it. So I've got my knife here. Just chop it off. So there's one. So starting to turn as well, so time is all right. There we go. Is it going to be as long as this one? It's not far off. Not nigh off, should I say? Because of the curve on there, it's I think they get measured from here just straight down to here. They don't take the curve into it, so it's probably going to be about 28 inches, just like the one I took to Harrogate. So there's the first one for long, and this one here is going to be for this is the big boy for heavy. So I'm going to try and get in here without damaging it. Way! Where you going? Stop trying to slide away from us. Right, come on then, you can come up with us now. Oh, right. It's got some weight of it. I can't even get my hands around the top yet. So my thumbs are touching there. Hello. So that is going to be for heavy. This is the heaviest cucumber I've ever grown. I know that. The other one was 14 pounds or 1 stone. We'll have to wait and see what happens when we get this down to Malvern. So let's go get them packed up in the car, and I shall see you down at Malvern. Well, after a 5.5 hour drive, we've managed to get down to Malvern. Just getting the stuff on the benches here. Pepper here was won by Mr. Ian Neal. 0.54 kilograms. Very well done. Fantastic, everybody, well done. Canny size, great. Right, so I got on. So this is the heavy cucumbers. There's 30 entries altogether. Now mine's not over here. Mine's not there. There's mine there. Come first. Check that out. 10.14 kilos. Graham came second, 10.01. There was not a lot in it. I can't believe that, I'm over the moon. Hey, check that out, look at that. Come first. That's great, I was not expecting that. Look at all of them as well. 30 entries. And little young me here getting first place. I can't believe that. I'm absolutely over the moon with that. Absolutely over the moon with that. I'm getting 3 cards. I'm getting 3 cards. I'll show you the speed anyways when I get over that way, but I can't believe that's fantastic. That, I love that.